Well, today we're going to be putting on the Automatic Cloth Advanced add-on feature onto my AVL production Dobby Loom. Now this is an add-on that you can order through AVL, and the reason why I wanted this add-on was because I'm going to be weaving cloth to create clothing. And it's very important that your picks per inch are very consistent when you're weaving cloth for clothing, because when you cut out the fabric and sew the seams together, they need to match exactly. So that's really the main reason why I ordered this add-on feature. But another advantage is that it automatically advances your warp. So you don't need to be weaving, stop, advance your warp, weave, stop, advance your warp. It's just going to be one continuous weave, which makes weaving go a little bit faster. So I received my package in the mail the other day, and so let's unpack that and see what we need to put together.
All right, first you're going to need to get into your toolbox and gather some tools. You're going to need a 9/16 inch wrench, a 7/16 inch wrench, and a 1/2 inch wrench. You'll also need a Phillips screwdriver and a piece of paper that is 2 inches by 6 inches. I thought it'd be helpful to take a look at the Cloth Advanced system already assembled before we get into the details of how to put the system on the loom. This is a picture of the system looking at it from outside the loom in. So if you could see that the beater leg bracket bar is attached to the beater bar on the loom, then you have a connecting rod which attaches the beater leg bracket to the arm, and then you have the gears above the arm which is attached to the cloth support system on the loom. So now this is a close-up of the gear assembly, which again is mounted outside on the cloth beam support, and it consists of a triangle bracket. Then there's a small plastic spacer, which you can't see in this photo, then the arm, then a plastic snap spacer, then a washer, and then a bolt. Now we're taking a look at the system from inside the loom. So we have our wooden cloth support mechanism, and then we have a plastic spacer which comes through the hole, and then a small gear which interlocks with the large gear on our beam. The first step is we're going to remove the wooden cloth supports on our loom and then remove our beam. Now we're going to remove the wooden spacer from our beam. And we're going to replace that with the large metal gear. Now we're going to put the cloth beam back on the loom using the new wooden cloth support. Now we're detaching the leg bracket from the arm, so we're getting ready to put that onto the loom. Now we're attaching the triangular bracket to the wooden support. I'm going to break into our assembly directions for just a moment. When we received this unit from the company, we put it on exactly how we received it. When I started weaving, I quickly realized that the material was advancing towards the shaft instead of the other way around. So what we needed to do was flip the arm, and then once we did that, the warp was going in the correct direction. So this may happen to you, and if it does, that's the quick fix. Just turn the arm around. Now we need to get the proper spacing between the two gears. To do this, we're going to put the paper between the gears, and we're going to move the triangular bracket on the outside of the loom, and we're going to push the gears together to pinch the paper in place. Now, while keeping the gears pushed together with the paper pinched between them, we're going to tighten the bolts on the outside of the triangular bracket to secure this bracket to the wooden cloth support. Now we're going to attach the leg bracket. You have two bolts, one is long and one is shorter. The longer bolt will go into the top hole and the shorter bolt will go into the bottom hole. Now we needed to make some adjustments so that the bolt on the beater bar was not resting on the wooden base. And we did this by lifting the beater bar. Now we attach the connecting rod from the leg bracket to the arm. If the axle slips, you may need to tighten the screw with an Allen wrench. Now to test it out. Well, with each beat of the beater bar, our gears are moving. And now we're just removing the bumper from our old cloth support and putting it on our new wooden cloth support.
So a special thank you to my engineering husband who helped me put the cloth advance system on my Dobby Loom. I have a warp that I'm ready to thread, so I'm going to do that here shortly. And then I'm going to use that cloth advance system for the very first time. I'll show you how it works in a subsequent video, so stay tuned.